Hello, my name is Jamie Cannibal and this is Budman. This is Disc of Thrones, this is episode 5 and this is part 2. Chronic walked down the beach to the hillside. There was a little boat gully leading to a tavern built into the cave. He reached it just as a troll came out of the shack. Chronic looked in awe at his friend, much older but still the same. "Well, I'm here, Chronic," White said. Chronic laughed and replied, "Do you know how hard it is to find a diamond in a haystack?" "Chronic, I'm no longer made out of diamond. I knew that's what we thought when we were young, but I think it's with age. But I am a drug troll, hence the name White. But you know why? You know what my skirt rock would say? He's my little diamond in the rough." And to our child minds, it made sense. Chronic laughed and sat with him in his tavern for the next few hours, jested about the time Chronic pushed his cousin off the roof of his old country inn where his mum lived. His cousin wasn't okay, he broke both his legs. He still has walking problems. Chronic laughed hard about it because his cousin was being a little shit, or so he'd said at the time. And he was the karma. He said that at that moment was that sick, even you would be proud. The longer he stayed, the harder the topic of what would happen next. "Come on, White, come join in the action. We have 200 miles to the King's Landing, Ankh-Morpork, and the last thing I heard about their army is that they have trolls as some of their force. I need you to even the odds." Chronic had pointed out that this is our time. After a bit of hesitation, White agreed to come on condition that we attempted to free some of his brothers who were in a grand prison to the northwest, about 100 miles off course. But he did add these were his men. Just they got caught some time back. Just don't have the resources to free them. "I will. You're worth it. Trust." White got ready. He headed out of the cave with Chronic. They reached the beach where Paranoia's grave was. "Who was they? Important to you?" White asked. "She was my personal guard. She was very talented, and without her I wouldn't have made it here," Chronic said. When they reached the command tent, Magnus was ready with maps and force movements. Chronic whispered something to him, and Magnus put 2 troops on the hill to the northeast. "Right, men, we have a lot to do before we can move camp, and the men seem high-spirited," Chronic said. Magnus provided Chronic with the tactical movements of the enemy. "So far they don't know we're here, or they don't want to show their force. Not too early." Magnus looked like he was proud of how adept a report that was. "Okay, lead the Valantians to outside King's Landing and wait for instruction. As for the rest of us, we are going to take Castle Rock and free White's trolls. We will free them and then approach King's Landing from the west, which would pincer the city and give page turner us the advantage. I feel confident, and with the power of White's trolls we should be able to overpower any kind of force." Chronic elaborated and added, "We leave at sunrise, and Magnus, take the men up the coast. If you see a force, raise the flag and hold. Yes, sir, Magnus smiled. That night they sat round the campfire with the Valerian troops, who would hum and clap. They got dressed in black ninja costumes. This was their battle attire. The celebration drew to the morning, and every man got upon his horse or catapult, and the main force went one way, and the other the other. End of part 2 and end of episode 5. Yeah! Da 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 da.